Hey business warriors, welcome to the show, and I'm sure you have noticed the mess that is the partial results of the US presidential election of 2020. Let's just have a look at where we are now, and just a warning, this could even change even by the time I upload this video. But anyway, let's check it out. In the House, the Republicans have gained seats and the Democrats have lost seats. So it looks like although the Democrats will keep the House, they will not have the large majority they previously enjoyed. This puts House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's position in question, and she may end up getting replaced. In the Senate, even though the Republicans lost one seat and the Democrats picked up one so far, it does seem like the Republicans will hold on to a majority of 51 seats. And now on to the presidency, which is the most unsure of these three results. My personal opinion is that it is totally divided and could still go either way. Trump may still win Arizona, even though it was called by the media for Joe Biden, but Biden has now pulled into the lead in Pennsylvania and Georgia. However, the Trump campaign may end up suing and probably winning in the Supreme Court on the issues of ballots received after the election in Pennsylvania, then other issues in Georgia, fraudulent ballots, etc. In Nevada, they claim they found ballots cast by dead people and people who've already moved out of the state. So it's totally up in the air. And the results now will probably change a lot, and it may end up, well, it almost certainly will go through the courts. Now, the stock market has been rising, and many people feel that is because the Republicans held on to the Senate. So that means that if Biden wins, it makes tax hikes unlikely because that has to go through the Senate, and if that's held by the Republicans, they can vote it down, okay? Now, if you're interested in learning about Biden's tax plan, I'll put a video for that on the end of this video. I have a very popular video going through the entire tax plan of Joe Biden. And just on a side note, as we see the market rising, now's a great time to invest. So why not set up a brokerage account with Webull, deposit $100, and get 3 free stocks valued up to $1,600. It's a no-brainer. Link down below. All right, back to the video. Now, having the government divided like this also makes the prospect of antitrust lawsuits less likely for big tech. And also, having a Biden presidency gives a prospect of improved relations with China. Now, I don't think this is a good thing because China is communist, etc. Okay, so just, inserting a personal opinion there. I don't think that's a good thing. But big tech likes that. They don't want all these restrictions. Other companies that have tariffs that are making things in China and stuff like that as well. They would see a certain benefit off of better relations with China. So in general, the idea of a Democratic president, a Republican Senate, and a weakened Democratic House is having a good, positive effect on the market. That idea of deadlock, the market likes it. But now let's get into talking about stimulus. And with a weaker Democratic House, Nancy Pelosi has kind of lost her mandate, and she may even end up losing her position. And that kind of makes it more likely that she and the other Democrats in the House will be willing to negotiate now on a smaller scaled down stimulus bill. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did talk on November 4th, the day after the election, about a timetable for a possible stimulus bill. Let's check that out.
Hopefully the partisan passions that prevented us from doing another rescue package will subside with the election. And I think we need to do it, and I think we need to do it before the end of the year.
So sometime in December, I'm guessing, and the reason for that is, well, obviously what he just said, but also they need another bill to fund the government by December 11th, so you may actually see stimulus measures attached to that bill, okay, all in one. But what would be in the bill, okay? What stimulus measures does Mitch McConnell support?
I laid on the Senate floor, not once, but twice, $500 billion. We can all remember when that was a lot of money. Targeting the school situation, the need to replenish the PPP small loan program, which has been an enormous success. And we need another round for hospitals because clearly, clearly the coronavirus is not gone.
It's funny how he coughs when he says coronavirus is still around, as if he's like proving that it's still around. Like, look, coronavirus is still around because I've got it. He talked in that interview about what he'd support, and he mentions, I think the biggest thing is replenishing the Paycheck Protection Program, but he doesn't mention individual stimulus checks for Americans. And that's definitely going to come as bad news for a lot of people. The government doesn't want to give you another round of free money. Now, I would obviously support not handing it out again for people who are rather wealthy. I mean, me, myself, upper middle class, I guess you'd say, I don't really need it. Again, we used the last stimulus check to buy a new MacBook Pro. Okay, we really didn't need it. I actually donated 600 of mine to charity as well. But, you know, certainly for people who are on lower incomes, these checks are like a lifeline, okay? Mitch McConnell did say, though, in previous speeches in the summer that he was looking into, you know, the fact that people who were hit hardest by the coronavirus pandemic were people who earned $40,000, you know, around that figure, okay? So which kind of hinted that he's thinking, okay, maybe he supports stimulus checks for people earning 40,000 and under. So, you know, that could still be on the table, but it's very up in the air. He also indicated a softening on Democrats' demands for funding for state and local governments, probably because he knows, you know, he might not have a Republican president to kind of back him up in resisting that. But he did say that he wants to see it done a little more skillfully than simply providing borrowed money for everyone regardless of their need. And I would say also that if Trump doesn't win the presidential election and there is a large stimulus bill put on his desk during his lame duck session — lame duck is the term for when a president has already been voted out and there's a new president-elect forming his team, but he hasn't been inaugurated yet, so just kind of tying up loose ends for that kind of 3-month period, November, December, January. Yeah, he probably won't sign it during a lame duck session if it's too big. He'll put it on Biden's shoulders and let Biden sign a, you know, $3 trillion bill or whatever. But anyway, guys, there's your update. Mitch McConnell appears to support a stimulus bill that includes the Paycheck Protection Program, money for schools and hospitals. Pelosi is probably going to be softening her position on the amount of money she wants for state and local governments, having kind of lost her mandate in the House, still hanging on there by just a thread. But a lot hinges on who wins the presidency, okay? And don't forget, we have a 6-3 conservative majority on the Supreme Court. So if this thing goes to court, which it probably will do, you'll probably see the Trump team having quite a lot of wins in various states. Pennsylvania, for example, the court ruled 4-4 before Amy Coney Barrett joined the court that they could count votes that were received after the election. Now that probably could go back to the Supreme Court and, you know, get changed. So it's possible that many states will see court cases and have a certain portion of those ballots thrown out, invalidated, whatever. Will it be enough for Trump to win? I don't know, but do not have any foregone conclusions about the presidential election, guys. It's still totally up in the air. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that analysis. Please subscribe if you're new. Leave your thoughts down below. If you're into stock market investing, now is a great time to start. Obviously, the market is rising. So get your 3 free stocks just for signing up for a brokerage account and depositing $100 with Webull. Link down below. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.